5. The lines are locked. 4. Match day is near. 3. The plays are clear. 2. The picks are in. 1. Let the show begin. Game on. It's that time again. Game on. Kicks and kicks is back again. Game on. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Game on. The guys are here and ready to go. Game on. Game on. Game on. Game on. The guys are here and ready to go.
We are ready to go. We're back again with another episode. This time it's just the three of us, no guests, but we've got plenty to cover. It's been a busy week. I know we've been betting the midweek matches, ebbing and flowing there. Some that looked very promising did not pan out for us, but it's always fun to have some midweek football to bet on, and we're going to lead you into a couple big matches this weekend in the Premier League and Serie A. Guys, anything this midweek? I mean, I know personally the Pokal killed me today because I had a couple that I really liked, and Leverkusen let me down, and Union let me down. Had good numbers, and then France killed me even more because we had Lyon.
Remember why we don't bet France? Yeah,
what were they plus 160? I think I'm like, how do they get that number at Paris? And then they're up 3-0, and then go on to blow that. And then my Marseille live bet, they took the lead and then ended up blowing that. So yeah, it was one of those kind of days, but some other things panned out, like Juve and Roma and Como came through for us. But yeah, and I know Scotty had a nice League Cup bet he was able to get in. I didn't have that market, neither did Nick, unfortunately. That's probably why it hit.
Definitely.
Carabao Cup feeds families. That's what I say. If you can find those upper echelon teams that are going to be playing a rotated roster against a decent lower table to maybe mid-table team that's going for it, you can get good value. That's what I got with Liverpool, and I guess Chelsea doesn't quite fit into that fold, but they're taking on Wolves, and I don't like Wolves.
It's like they were playing a championship team.
Pretty much, with the way the Wolves have been playing this season. Yeah, that's fair. Although, sitting 3-0 at halftime, thought that game was over, so I was just focusing on getting Crystal Palace across the line against Liverpool, and that almost came back to bite me thanks to Chelsea's just absolutely horrendous second half. But we escaped, so had a couple winners.
Midweek is tricky in any league. I think just across the board, they suck. That's how they sucker you in. We're fucking degenerates. We want to bet on it. Some of us work at home and are able to watch it. And I don't know. I lose more money midweek than I do anywhere else, and I think that's true for a lot of people.
I do have to say that this is like one of the worst weeks where the clocks are all messed up. Where I'm used to the game starting at 2:45 or 3 o'clock, and then now they're starting at 3:45, 4, and so I didn't even watch the second half. I was in my car on the way home, and then this weekend, the times I'm used to having on Saturdays and Sundays are all fucked up. So I hate it. I can't wait for the clocks to get realigned again.
Well, you have your wish in 3 days.
Yeah, so you mentioned Chelsea, Scott. That's where we're going to start.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on. We gotta talk about the worst week ever that we just completed. We were hot for a couple weeks. Got to be up front. I had probably the worst week I think I've had since we started this show. I think I went 1-10 or something. I mean, I know I didn't give all those bets out, but terrible. The worst news of all: the potential game of the year wasn't official. Potential game of the year did not come through. Juve fired their coach.
That was a killer.
Lazio got Juve's coach fired, and now Juve will be on the upswing. It's terrible. I can't think of a worse thing that could have happened. Last week was the worst week, I think, since we started the show.
Yeah, it cost me a pretty nice parlay, actually. That was my fourth leg. I texted you guys after the first relay. I said, what could possibly go wrong?
Who gave you the advice? Who told you what to do?
Yeah, that was it.
Is Juve back on the ban slip? Are we banning them?
I mean, I don't know that we're banning them, but I mean, we'll get into it. Serie A is so fucking bad that they're in it. I don't know. I don't think their roster is good. They're already on their second coach. They only have 4 wins, but this league sucks. Nobody fucking wants to do anything.
Yeah.
So we may have reinvigorated Juve single-handedly as a podcast, and I will not be able to live with that.
All right. Well, we'll get to Serie A in a bit, but we'll start in the Premier League with the Chelsea Spurs matchup. That is the feature match for the Premier League for us this weekend. It is Saturday at 1:30 Eastern time. Spurs plus 170 at home. Chelsea plus 150 on the road. Plus 260 on the draw line here in this London derby. The total is set at over 2.5 minus 140. Under is plus 110. Goal scorer props are all plus 235 or better. If you have someone in particular you like. And team totals are assuming pretty good based on the lines. We got Chelsea at plus 105 and Spurs at plus 115. So, Scott, you just mentioned Chelsea's horrendous second half. I mean, how does that leave you feeling going into this one?
Well, it's a horrendous second half. It's also, let's not gloss over their loss to Sunderland at home this weekend, which was, I think, almost equally as disappointing. Sunderland shot up to second place in the table, I think, for a little while there in the morning.
17 points.
Yeah, they're doing all right. But if you're Chelsea, they were kind of riding high. They'd come off that late minute winner against Liverpool. They smashed Forest. I think they actually may have crushed. I can't remember what they beat Ajax. I think they've won pretty big, if I remember correctly, in the Champions League. So they were riding pretty high, and then they hit the banana peel that is Sunderland. And looked like they kind of bounced back. They had a really good first half against Wolves, 3-0. Like I said, thought everything was kind of in the clear, and then just absolutely dropped the ball. I mean, if it weren't for an 89th minute goal from Gittins, I believe, they probably would have been going to, I think, penalties, right? In the NFL at this stage, it's been straight penalties. While, against a team that's basically in last place. I think West Ham may be the only team worse than Wolves in the Premier League right now. So it's not great form for them coming into this. Tottenham, on the other hand, they're doing pretty well. They cleared Everton pretty easily on the weekend. So it's just, do you continue to trust Tottenham to put up, consecutive good performances? And that's been their issue for many, many months, if not years at this point.
Yeah, that's where I'm really struggling. I don't believe in Chelsea, and Chelsea don't look good. They've lost 3 of their last 5, if not worse than that. Man, top 4 of Arsenal, Bournemouth, Tottenham, and Sunderland. If you would have told me that even after 9 weeks, even after 1 week, would have never been a combination of top 4 that I ever would have thought. But that's just kind of where these teams are. Chelsea don't look convincing. Palace don't look convincing. Brentford, Newcastle, Brighton, all teams that were pretty good last year.
Say the one that you're forgetting. The one that's probably worst of them all.
Well, I'm going to say that.
You don't want to talk about Liverpool?
I will. I'll get there.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm saying all teams that were really good last year don't look convincing. Yeah. You have City, who kind of looks okay, I guess. If we're comparing them to Liverpool, they look decent. Man United somehow are all the way up to 6th place. They were, I don't know. I just can't make sense of any of these teams. And I'm not buying Tottenham so much as I'm selling Chelsea. So I think Tottenham team total at plus 115 is right there. They're averaging 2 goals a match. Chelsea can't stop anybody from scoring. Coach, you mentioned player props. I mean, this one, it really is going to depend on who's on the field, obviously, but you can get pretty much anybody for a shot on target for even money or better. So, let's wait for those lineups. But I don't know, Pedro Neto has been getting shots every single game. If he's healthy, if he's starting, even money. Xavi Simons, Tell, Johnson, doesn't name a player. They are right there for the taking. So I think there's goals in this one. I think Tottenham get 2. You got to give them a little bit of the edge being at home. That's just really where I am.
Yeah, I think goals are in store here, and I think both teams probably score, which would mean both teams are scoring over 2.5 is really in play. And that's minus 105 right now.
Yeah, it's probably the place to go.
Looking at these teams' recent form, Spurs over 2.5 and 4 of their last 5, Chelsea in 8 of their last 9. Chelsea's also had both teams to score in 7 of their last 9. That's kind of where I'm leaning because that's a very playable number in a matchup that I expect to see goals probably, especially when you see Chelsea, like you said, in a 7-goal match today, 3-goal match against a Sunderland side at home the other day. Even against Ajax, they put up 5, they conceded a goal. So that's where I'm leaning right now. Is the both teams score over 2.5? You get it.
And both teams are averaging about 3 goal involvements per game, so it's there.
Yeah. No, I think Coach, you're right. It's both teams to score over 2.5 at basically even money. I don't trust either of these teams to play well, but that usually means in both of these teams' cases that there's going to be goals. So, we were kind of talking a little bit about Tottenham maybe having some defensive identity with their center back pairing that's kind of been working out between Romero and Van de Ven. Seems to kind of taken a little bit of a step back, but
looks really good for like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, but now it's what's real, right? Which is the real version that we're gonna get. But with the way that Chelsea have been playing, they can at least score. Like I just said, I think they've scored like 4 or 5 goals in 2 of their last 4 matches, something like that. So they should be able to get a couple. And yeah, I don't expect them to keep a clean sheet. It's the one thing that Tottenham can certainly lay their laurels on, is that they can score pretty consistently. So I think that's the best bet, Coach. I think you nailed it with that.
Yeah.
Then Nick, to your point, like Neto, I think is probably one of the like most underrated wingers right now, at least in England, because he is very consistent at, even not scoring. He creates a lot too. He's gotten quite a few assists already this season. Obviously he has a lot of talent that Chelsea have spent tons of money on to work with, but getting him goal or assist any given week, I don't mind. I think he's going off right now. Where's Neto at? Plus 200 goal or assist. I don't mind that. Again, assuming he's starting, I think that's an easy play in this match.
Kind of agree. I think I think these player props are in. I mean, other than that,
Chelsea midfielders too, you can take for shot on target between.
So here's my question: do you guys buy Chelsea as the favorite plus 150, Tottenham plus 180? Like you're okay with those odds?
I do, only because I think Chelsea has. I kind of said the same thing about Barcelona, Real Madrid in a different way last week, but like Chelsea has more to bring off the bench. So if all things are equal going into the second half, you certainly have to give the edge to Chelsea, because if they need to make changes, they're going to have more ability, more talent that they can bring in to change the game. I don't think Tottenham has the bench depth to kind of push them in through the last 20, 30 minutes of the match.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And that's what they did against Liverpool. They brought in Estevao. They created a lot more pace up front. Problem on Liverpool's defense, they got the 93rd minute winner. So
staying away from the side. I mean, it's goals for me in this one.
Yeah, I think it's goals too. I think it's hard to separate sides.
Yeah. All right. Enzo Fernandez plus 130 or plus 130 shot on target. I'd also throw that one out there.
Okay. Yeah. So the player props definitely the ones to look at when the lineups come out too, with the way they
I think so
are giving out those lines. All right. The weekend opens up on Saturday morning. Burnley, Arsenal. I don't know if there's much here that you guys like. Line's obviously very skewed both ways.
No, I mean Arsenal, the definitive favorites now to win the title, right? I mean, the way that City have been kind of, dropping points in their own right, being maybe overly reliant on Holland in certain cases, you got to ask who is there to challenge Arsenal at this point? I don't think there's really much there. So, them on the road against Burnley shouldn't be too much of an issue. Expect all 3 points there. Do I like Arsenal to score a bunch? Not really. Do I like Burnley to score a goal? Probably not.
No.
So it's much ado about nothing, I think, in this match.
That was kind of my question. Do you think Arsenal score a ton? Because if not, the under is kind of in play. Plus 105, under 2.5. If you think Arsenal are getting a 1 or 2 goal win.
Maybe that's
here's
playable.
the thing. I mean, they're one thing we have to shout them out. I don't like to do it, but their defense has been fucking outstanding. They've given up only 3 goals. I mean, this is what we were saying about Liverpool last year. When Liverpool was at the top of the table and everybody was talking about Salah, it's like, hey, by the way, their defense is really good. Yep. You're seeing a little bit of the same with Arsenal. I don't think they're scoring any more than we expected them to, or any more than anybody else is scoring, but they haven't given up anything. So, let's see if they can keep it up.
And when you have defense, you can win matches, right? Like I look at Roma, who we're going to cover later. Like they're not scoring a whole lot in Serie A, but they've only conceded 4 and 9, and they're joint top of the table because they're getting clean sheets, right? If you're able to get clean sheets, you're able to win matches 1-0. It doesn't matter how much you score. Obviously, at points will come back to bite you, but I think that's a great point about Arsenal. If they're not conceding, they're going to be able to win most of their matches, right? And a match like this obviously shouldn't.
Arsenal hasn't given up a goal in 6 games.
Yeah. And that includes Champions League, right? That's not just league matches.
League. Yeah, includes Champions League. Yep, 6 games. So I mean, is there a prop worth playing there? I mean, Burnley under half a goal is minus 130.
Yeah.
Is that a way to approach it?
That could be. Or if you throw in money line, do you get a little bit more? Do you get it closer to even money? If you go,
I mean, Arsenal money line and Burnley under is paying minus 120, so you're getting 10 points.
You're getting 10 points.
Nope. I think there's much to do about nothing here. If you're an Arsenal fan and you want to go take a play on the under, by all means, but it's
Yeah, and even with the under, I think you go with the Burnley team total under because I think there's always a possibility they go and hit for 3 themselves against a team like Burnley, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Also, this is a bunch of matches at this 11 o'clock hour Eastern time. Forest hosting United, Brighton hosting Leeds. I'll just go through the. I'll just read off the. I'll read off through the 4 and the other 4 in this time slot. So, Forest hosting United, Brighton hosting Leeds, Fulham hosting Wolves, and Pals hosting Brentford. So, definitely some playable numbers on some of these matches if you like them.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Scotty a question. First, I'm going to say what's up to John. Johnny, what's going on? Thank you for joining always. Why is Manchester United plus 115 against Nottingham Forest? That does not make any fucking sense to me. What are we missing there? Or Forest going to get some sort of result here?
No, I think there's some expectation that Nuno's going to get things figured out with Forest. I just don't think it's going to be before the January window. I think he's going to have to get some additional transfers in at some point to kind of.
You got the wrong guy. Who got appointed?
Nuno.
Again? He got reappointed?
To Forest? Ange got fired. Am I crazy?
No, maybe I'm crazy. Where did Dyche go? Who am I confusing them with?
Dyche is going to West Ham.
Okay. I had my very awful teams confused. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways.
My bad.
Back to the original planning. But yeah. Oh, no, you may be right. I don't know. Whatever. I think United clear this game pretty easily. So I don't know. I don't know what the odds are here. It's just a home field advantage. It's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm willing to. No, Sean Dyche, dude. I'm not losing my mind. He got appointed.
All right. Yeah, Nuno is
Nuno's a West Ham.
West Ham, yeah. He's the one that got screwed over by Forest.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Why would they hire him back?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man. United to score 2 is even money. The United money line is plus 115. Like there's very clearly something I'm missing. It wouldn't hurt me at all if United had a letdown game here. But they've won 3 in a row. They've won 4 out of 5. They just beat Liverpool. I gotta back United in this one. I think I'm taking them.
It's a no-brainer, which means it's probably Forest, right? If it's that easy, it's gonna end up going the other way. But yeah, there's no reason to believe that United don't get 3 points here.
All right. Yeah. What else we like here? Brighton, good number at home against Leeds.
That's another one.
Number at home against Wolves.
I just don't like Brighton. Again, I don't like Brighton. I don't like them ever.
They haven't impressed me enough this year.
I don't like Brighton. They just are. They're lacking. I don't know what it is. There's something that they're lacking, and I think it's their attack. I'm used to their attack being a little bit more dynamic, and it's still very reliant on a 30-something-year-old Danny Welbeck for whatever reason. I mean, obviously they lost João Pedro, but
it's not the De Zerbi and then these other guys that they had there with these attacks that you created, or these players, right? These players that are really impressive. They're not doing it. 14 scored in 9 is okay, but 15 conceded is the scary part.
Yeah. And Leeds, they are one of the most hit and miss teams, right? Like, not that they have like a high ceiling by any means, but they look good against Bournemouth, who are second place right now. They've looked good against Tottenham, Everton. I thought a little bit. Looked decent against Everton.
Listen, if you told me Leeds were going to have double-digit points 9 weeks in, I would have said absolutely not. You're nuts. No way. So I think they're overperforming to this point.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, Brighton's not much better. They're on 12 points, right?
Honestly, I don't think you touch Brighton or Leeds unless you really want to go goals, right? I mean, but
both defense concede.
Can Brighton get 2? That's the thing. That's the part that worries me. I don't know. I think you just leave that one as it is. I think that's a trap game. You're not gonna win much playing that one.
What about Fulham minus 120 against one of our favorite teams to fade, which is Wolves this year?
I was asking Scotty before we got on air. I don't. They stink. I'm on the I knew Fulham would be terrible train, and I look really good. But are they going to lose to Wolves?
Yeah.
But like on the flip side, this is like the game Wolves has, right?
6-pointer too, right?
This is the chance Wolves has. Like, can they do it? Can they score goals again? Both teams to score is even money.
That's going to say just a goal. Both teams to score 105. That's probably where you go.
Wolves double chance, even money. I don't know. I could almost get behind it. No, because then I'll watch it and I'll say Wolves stink. What was I thinking? No, you're right.
Yeah. No, I don't think you get that cute in this one. I really don't think you could do it.
I'm just trying to get excited.
In this window, the books have really tried to give you tempting lines to put money on some of these under-deserving favorites. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to ever bet on Fulham, no matter the odds, but I can't bring myself to betting on Wolves. And even though they should have gotten smacked by Chelsea, they managed to fight back. So it's makes me a little nervous fading them. I don't love betting on Brighton, especially when there's a minus in front of them. And then we didn't talk about Brentford. Palace obviously smoked Liverpool today, but they had that run of 17 unbeaten, and then they've been kind of meh for the last.
Are they that much better than Brentford to be almost plus 300 better?
Yeah. So I think the books know what they're doing, and I think there's gonna be a lot of people losing money on in this window.
I'll tell you what, man. If Brentford like +1 becomes playable, I'd be kind of all on that. It's not there. It's like -170.
Yeah.
But if that came down to like -140, I'd probably play it.
All right. On a Sunday?
Yeah. Moving on to no, your boys play late on Saturday, Scotty.
Oh, that's right. It should be on Sunday.
4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m.
game.
Liverpool and Villa. Liverpool -175, Villa +425.
Yeah, Villa plus half a goal is +135. I think that's the easiest play of the weekend.
Villa +1 -115.
I'm willing to make that my game of the year because Liverpool aren't going to be getting any better this weekend. They still have a lot of injuries they're dealing with. Isak is going to be out, so they're probably going to be pretty reliant on a Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike front line again. Hasn't worked for them. Defense has been leaking goals. Villa's been looking much better. We've been on the Villa train now. This is probably our third consecutive week of being on the Villa train. And yeah, I think getting a draw here is very, very reasonable. Winning this game is not even unexpected.
I've got one for you, Scotty. Based on the pattern we see with Liverpool all the time, is Villa first goals +165.
Yep. Whoa, that's also playable
because Liverpool's conceded first in 9 out of 9.
Yep. That's a big number.
6 out of 6, rather 6 out of 6.
Yep.
But Villa's also scored in 4 out of 5 first. So that's a big number. I know they're on the road, but I think if you want to take a shot at a plus money play, that's not the worst thing in the world to play.
Yeah. Villa to score too is +200.
Also easy.
Wow.
These are all like, I think it's any Villa bet that you like, you can take and just, I would throw them as singles. I wouldn't stack them necessarily, but you can just take 3 or 4 of those. And
I hate to see, I mean, if you want to get a Liverpool result, I'll do this for the people. I will take Villa +1 and I will guarantee a Liverpool win for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's just where the goal's coming from for Liverpool. It's Ekitike. He's the only guy that I think you consistently trust to score or create right now. Nobody else really has it going on, and the wing backs have been poor. The passing has been terrible.
And Villa's been hot. Villa coming off the win against City. The only loss is that funky one against the GA Eagles in the Europa League, right? They beat and their wins in the Premier League lately have been teams that are bigger sides, right? City. Spurs, you can mix in obviously Villa
unbeaten in their last 5,
Fulham and those teams, but they also beat Bologna in the Europa League not that long ago. Beat Feyenoord. Like these are quality sides from other leagues too. So I have no problem here looking at some plus money props on Villa and taking a shot on them.
And I think Liverpool are kind of in this weird predicament where, like obviously Villa is not a easy match by any means, but if you look at their schedule coming up, they got Real Madrid midweek, and then they got City next weekend. So it's like,
this is
the road is not getting any easier for Liverpool until
certainly
the middle of November.
Yeah, fuck.
All right. A couple matches on Saturday or Sunday and one on Monday. We've got West Ham hosting Newcastle, City hosting Bournemouth, and Sunderland hosting Everton.
I mean, if you wanted to do like a Newcastle City parlay to play you like plus 140, sure. I guess.
I like Man City, Bournemouth. Both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 110. Bournemouth, the one thing they've been really good at and why they're in second in the table right now is scoring. 16 goals on the season, which is equal to Arsenal, and just one behind City. So I love goals in this game. I think Haaland is good for a goal, obviously, but Semenyo is going to do his part in getting something created for Bournemouth, either for himself or somebody else. So I think that's probably the play in this one. I think this is also going to be a really fun match.
Should be good.
3 head-to-head last year, including the FA Cup, all went over 2.5. 2-1 Bournemouth, 2-1 City in the Cup, 3-1 City in the reverse fixture at home.
Yeah, and like what's the odds that City's going to lay a dud 2 weeks in a row?
Oh, they did it already once this year, right?
Yeah, and Bournemouth's another team that's been good. 7 straight unbeaten, right? Haven't lost since their League Cup game back in August, right? I'm looking at here. So yeah, they've been good. Beating Spurs, beating Brighton, beat Forest last week. Yeah. So yeah, that football one, that was a big Friday one for us, I remember.
I just don't know where I'm at with City. I'm getting tripped up, and I'm doing what I tell people not to do. Right, the books are valuing Man City from 2, 3, 4 years ago. Still, and I'm getting trapped with these dumbass lines against teams. Then I'm City.
Yes and no, Nick. City, no matter how you stack it, this season they still have the second most goals scored in the Premier League and the second fewest, right? And the second fewest is obviously behind Arsenal, so there's no shame in that. I think City realistically are the most likely competitor for Arsenal for the title this season. I think they're going to figure it out. Pep obviously just needs more time. He's gotten a lot of new players in over the last 2.5 windows. I think it's starting to come together a little bit. They've been struggling with injuries to begin the season. Cherokee obviously missed a lot of the first couple months. I think things will get kind of sorted out there, but it's a matter of, is it in time, or is Arsenal going to have a 10-point lead in 3 months to play, basically?
I mean, it could be a 10-point lead this week, if things don't go right. So yeah, that's where I'm struggling. I mean, listen, they still have dropped points in 4 out of 9 games, right? I don't care what the schedule's like, that hasn't happened a lot lately. So I just don't know what to make of them. I mean, they need somebody to start scoring goals outside of Haaland. That's just really what the reality is for this team. So if they can't figure that out, and you mentioned it, injuries suck. I don't know that I could tell people to back them in any way, shape, or form week after week, even if the number's there. Yet.
How do we feel about Sunderland on Monday? Draw no bet at home, minus 105 against Everton.
Weird odds, dude. Like Everton might win that game. Under. Yeah. I don't know. What's the under?
Bash them.
Under is at
gross.
minus 170. So the books are feeling the under too. Yeah, it might depend on how the weekend goes, right? If it's a good weekend and you go to Monday with a nice little profit from the weekend, maybe you do something with it. I don't know. Depends.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're even money, draw no bet. It's not bad at home. Everton haven't exactly been good,
right? Against a side that's not great.
Yeah,
I don't know. You gotta ride the hot streak, maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at it because it's at home, right? If it was in Everton Stadium, I'm not gonna lay anything probably, but at home might be worth a consideration.
I don't know where your head's at.
Yeah, let's jump over to Serie A. We've got the feature match is, of course, the Milan Roma match. It's a big one,
of course,
and not just because it's Roma, but because Roma's joint top of the table with Napoli on 21, and Milan is sitting there on 18. 2 sides that are getting their way back into the top 4 picture after not being really involved the last year, at least, in Roma for a few years now. This is a big one, and I will say from a Roma perspective, it's a big one because they need to beat somebody of quality, I think.
Yeah.
They haven't done that yet this year. They're on 21 points, but they lost to Inter, which is the only real top side they've played so far. Milan minus 105 at home. Roma plus 270 on the road. Draw line is at plus 210. Both team. Roma won their midweek match, but Milan drew, right? If I remember
Sure
yesterday.
did.
Yeah, drew their match. Over is set at, scroll down here, plus 110. The under minus 145.
I like the over. I got the over at plus 120 on my book, and I actually really like it. Milan, even though they've had two very tremendously shitty results in a row, that draw to Atalanta, that draw to Pisa, there's goals in every one of their games. I mean, they had that goalless draw to Juve. That's about the only one. They've been an over team. They've looked good on offense. Leao is starting to look a lot better. Jimenez, they got to figure that dude out. He just fucking stinks. I mean, I'm okay with it.
As mediocre as Dubvik is, I said on my Roma pod the other day, I think Roma dodged a bullet there. Right?
Yeah.
That swap, I think, would have been a loss for Roma.
He's a weird profile. Like, he doesn't make sense for Serie A, really. He's not, I don't think, he's not a good box player, and I don't think he's just, like, gifted enough. Like, he makes sense in some of these other leagues. He tore it up in Holland or wherever he came from.
Yeah.
But he's too, I don't know. He doesn't make sense, and they got to figure that out really quickly. But their games have had goals, and their games have been entertaining. And, you know, if Roma could score, which I believe that they will, they're going to be going for it. I like over 2.5 at plus 120. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point. I just, the Roma and the overs right now.
Very fair.
And so I'm kind of like modifying your thought process, and I'm getting to the both teams to score at minus 120. And I think that's kind of where I'm
also
landing.
Good. Yeah.
Because it's playable, and, you know.
I kind of like that better just because I could see a 1-1 draw here.
Yeah.
And that doesn't hurt either team, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it hurts coach's feelings because that means Roma wouldn't beat anybody yet again, but draw at plus 240 is not bad.
Weirdly enough, though, it might get them, you know, depending on, we haven't gotten to the game yet, but depending on how the Napoli game goes, it could still get them top of the table.
True.
1 point could be enough here to put sole possession of first place at the end of the weekend.
To the Asian total at 2.25 is minus 125. So if you want to play that, you get a little protection, at least on half of your bet if you get like a 1-1 or something. So if you like the over.
Here's the question I have for you guys. Who does anybody have scoring in this game? Dude, and my boy Eduardo all the time, like just timely coming through with fucking stats that back up my shit. Love you, bro. Thank you very much. Listen, I think the odds tell the story in this one. Milan at home. I would face value, like not knowing anything, I would have expected these numbers to be a lot closer. I would expected this more of a pick 'em. The fact that Milan are this big of a favorite kind of tells me something. I feel like they bounce back.
Did you like your team total?
You know what I'm going to do.
I kind of do.
I wouldn't recommend to everybody what I'm going to do, but you know, I am biased, and when I see my team that's playing well at plus 165 on the draw no bet, I'm probably going to take it. Doesn't mean it'll hit, but it's a big number and it's protected against the draw, which I could also see happening. I can see this game going either way.
So who's scoring though for Roma is my question.
It like today was Hermoso off a set piece, right? And then it was Dubvik late in the match. Like it could be anything.
He's got to start, right? Dubvik's going to start.
I think Dubvik has to start. I don't think you could go with Dybala false 9 again.
Plus 325 for Dubvik.
I think he's worth a crack. I do. I mean, Sule scored a nice goal today. It was waved off for an offside because Selik was in the line of the goalie, they said, and saying an offside position. But I think the guy, I think Dubvik, if he starts, I think is worth a shot at that number because I think he has to start. I really don't think they could go again with the false 9. Like Ferguson came off hurt after 7 minutes today, so he's not an option. Yeah. So I think it's got to be Dubvik starting up front, probably with Dybala and Sule. I'd imagine, unless he goes with Bailey and changes things up.
Is Sule, is he firmly out of the Ballon d'Or conversation after the first 2 games of the season?
I mean, he was only
wild
for certain. Yeah, he was only in for certain people, but
out, but not firmly out.
Okay. You had to
my Ferguson
on your
dark
Roma,
horse future. That's firmly out of contention. But
on your Roma podcast and like the site that you guys work for, like you had to have heard a lot of Sule comments after this first.
I mean, I don't have a lot of time to go through the boards, but I'm sure there was plenty on there.
Listen,
yeah, I mean,
Dybala shot on target. Dybala shot on targets -120. I think that's pretty solid.
If he starts, I think it's solid. Yeah. I don't have player shots here on.
No, I don't have shots up either.
Yet,
I was looking.
That's a solid number. A lot of these goal scorer numbers are solid. Even Dybala at plus 320. Like if he's on the pitch and they get a PK, he's taking it.
And hold on, I'm gonna find it. He's got to be here somewhere because he's.
I'd like to see goal or assist, but they don't have that up yet either. It looks like.
Somebody in the chat, please help me out here. Did Ricci get hurt? Because I don't see him listed here on any of these props.
Scored the first goal yesterday too.
Yeah,
right?
he scored in like 2 of the last 3 games. So like I was gonna say maybe he's worth a chance.
Pulisic, I know, is aiming for this one, not to start, but come off the bench, but just not as a betting perspective, but just as to be aware that he is supposed to be available. We'll see if he makes it.
Oh,
but some of these goal score numbers. Oh, yeah, there's Ricci. You know why you don't see him? Because he's plus 950.
No, he's plus 1100 for a goal. I'm looking for him for a shot.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't have the shot props yet.
Yeah, fuck.
But so I was even looking Pellegrini's plus 650 if he starts, which he probably doesn't, but if he does, like Soule's plus 400, like there's some fat numbers out there in this one. It's a matter of who starts for these teams, especially for Roma. But yeah,
second half over 1.5 goals plus 145. Kind of dig it.
And what I'm looking at too, when the lines, I don't know if you have goal or assist up on Hard Rock yet, but
sure don't.
Yeah, like if Dybala is plus 3 something to score, like his goal or assist has to be like plus 150, and he had an assist off a corner kick today. Like that's I think we got to look at too.
Goal scored in both halves -120, like that too. Just saying, I like goals in this one. I think this is going to be the anti-Roma game. Oh, look at my guys. All right, here. Ricci hurt. Knee soreness, muscle fatigue.
There you go. You got your answer.
There's the answer. Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I definitely look at the player props. Nick likes the over. I like the draw no bet, but I always preface it by saying I am biased, but when my team's playing well and they get that number, I take it.
Okay, but so and I pose this as just a general question that I want people's opinions on, because I think we always pretty much differ in this scenario. You like the draw no bet because it's a fat plus number. Yes. I like the double chance because it's -120.
Yeah, okay.
So like, because you're buying yourself an extra result. And like I would always rather do that. And the number's not fantastic, but I play plenty of bets that are -130, -135. So like,
sometimes what I'll do too is I'll split my bet. Like if I'm going to play 2 units on it because I like the number, like I might go 1 unit on the draw no bet, 1 on the double chance, and then you make out if you do get the draw. Because if I'm prepared to lose that anyway, if they do lose, at least then I could get something. But yeah, I am a sucker for fat numbers when they come out in situations like that. I will admit it. But yeah, the double chance might be a better play here just because I could definitely see them going and trying to keep it tight and
Milan's Milan's off of 2 draws in a row, 3 out of their last 4.
Something Roma hasn't done all season. They have not drawn a match. Them and Napoli both is pretty crazy after 9 matches.
Or Inter haven't either.
Oh, Inter haven't either. Yeah. And then you have Atalanta who draws every match.
So Scotty, what are your thoughts on that? Gun to your head right now. You got to take. I'm not saying you're backing Roma, but if you had to back Roma in this scenario, any 2 teams, are you taking the double chance or are you taking draw no bet?
If it's Roma, I'm taking the double chance. Yeah, especially because I think Roma's game is kind of built around trying to keep it low scoring, keep it close. Give yourself, like, if you can get a good performance out of Roma, which is what you're backing on, give yourself the win if they get the draw.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's where I'm at. But
anybody would love. You're gonna be happy if they win. You're gonna be happy enough. You're not gonna worry about the 50 cents, 60 cents in value you're losing on your winnings.
And at -120, it's a pretty good number. I saw plus half a goal is -130, but -120 you start getting a little closer to even money, and I do like it.
Just for discussion. Love anybody's opinion on that. Appreciate you guys in the chat always. But that's my betting style, I would say.
Yeah, and at that point, a win's a win, and I'm emotionally happy, and then my bankroll is bigger, right?
So now what these guys, I mean, I think our loyal listeners know this, but anybody who's new doesn't realize we're talking Steve into like a 3-unit bet on Roma. He doesn't even know it right now. This dude is about to just unload on Roma.
They'll let me down. But Yeah, I think it should be an entertaining one. It's a big one. It maybe will determine who's the biggest competition to Napoli and Inter in the league, right?
Yeah.
Head-to-heads
Hey,
end up
listen.
being big.
I can a little bit brag after is 9. Are we at like the quarter mark of the season? Not quite yet.
9. Yeah. Just about. I mean,
these top 4 are the top 4 that I had preseason, so I feel okay about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be tough, I think, Juve's only 3 out, but I still think they're in transition, right? Como Bologna.
They're going to be there, dude, and that's what pisses me off. They're going to fucking be there. We ruined Serie A, and I'm so sorry to everybody that we had to do this. Fuck.
All right, let's go through the rest of the slate. Starting, do we have a Friday match this week? No, because we had all these Saturday midweek matches. So we're starting on Saturday. Yeah, skip through tomorrow's Thursday matches. We have Udinese Atalanta kicking off the weekend.
Okay, Atalanta's got to win a game, right? Like they got to win it. Is this the game? Udinese are not very good, right?
You're beat by Juve today, so
I mean, they're 3-3-3. They're the definition of mid. Like, does Atalanta pick up fucking points?
You would hope.
I mean, at some point, Atalanta, if they want to compete for a European spot, it's impressive to be unbeaten through 9, but 2 wins and 7 draws. It's not really that many points to be unbeaten through 9, right?
It's terrible.
Yeah. Out of a potential 27, they have 11 or something? 13?
13.
So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Do there's like half a game of Lookman good enough to get the result for them in this one?
I
don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
Proceed with caution, but man, that -120 is looking to trap me.
Got -115 on DraftKings.
It's a lot of those
slightly better.
Yeah,
just a lot of the -110, 120 undeserved home team favorites that I just don't want to bet on.
Yeah. And this is the road team. This isn't even the home team.
Oh, they're the road.
That's the one thing too that concerns me because they've been so draw happy that going on the road, I'm like, it almost feels like
I didn't realize
Udinese
is at home. If Udinese at home and they are one of my 3 draw kings in Serie A, I don't mind taking them double chance.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. All right. Next one's an interesting one. The second biggest one on the slate for Serie A this weekend is Napoli hosting Como. Napoli -115 at home, in the top of the table, like we said, joint with Roma, head on goal differential. Como +330 is that team that was everybody's darling in the preseason. They're kind of living up to it. They had a disappointing result last weekend, which let us down. But otherwise, they've been pretty good. They're 4 wins, 4 draws, just 1 loss so far on 16 points. Kind of got the two-door sacking started probably with that 2-0 a couple weekends ago.
Definitely.
That was finished off this past weekend. But, they don't score a ton, 12 goals scored, but only 6 conceded. Can they keep Napoli in check? I mean, Napoli had a little trouble scoring.
Can't keep Napoli in check right now? Right? Who's scoring for Napoli right now?
I don't know.
Who's left? Don't know. Anguissa's their leading
Hoyland, I guess.
4. Hey, has he scored?
I mean, McTominay's the dude that's scoring all the goals.
He's got 2 goals.
Is that it?
Anguissa. Yeah, Anguissa has 4. McTominay has 2.
It's wild that Anguissa has 4 too, because you don't think of him as like a goal scoring midfielder either.
No, he's just big fucking chooch in the box when he gets in there.
But it's definitely an interesting one. This one we do have the player shots ready for.
Both teams to score.
Disagree.
Is even money.
Como plus half a goal is -105 in a game where the under 2.5 is -160. If Como gets a goal, this should hit. But I don't even think they need to. I could see this being a 0-0. Who's creating for Napoli? Who's going to be creating and making chances? I don't know. Is Luca playing up top? Is he going to be the guy?
I guess.
It's probably Hoyland's not ready yet, right? From what we know.
Oh, is he hurt? Yeah.
I don't know. Is he
worse?
Did he miss one of the matches recently? I don't know.
Here, man.
Well, Luca started midweek.
You want a stat? Anguissa says +210 to get a shot on target. Dude's got 4 goals this year.
Yeah, he's got scoring every other match, basically. Yeah.
Is that not worthy of a bet?
Yeah. Who's with De Bruyne being out?
Going in right here on Hard Rock, people. If you can see it, we're throwing it in. I don't know.
Who's taking Napoli's free kicks with De Bruyne out now?
Politano? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it might be by committee. Yeah.
By committee.
Like the right foot, left foot, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Como isn't under team 4 to 5, they're under.
Yeah.
Napoli's been the team with the higher, goals per match.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot.
And they're coming off a 1-0 win at Lecce, so which I felt would be a difficult game for them.
You know what,
but,
man? Como's defense has been good. I got to give them a little bit of credit for that.
But Napoli also put up 3 on Inter, right? So it's like they're hot and colds. The PSV match was obviously awful. They came off the loss to Torino the week before that, and then they come out when we think like no way they beat this Inter side, right? Who's playing well, and they beat Inter. So
I think we got every result last week in Serie A wrong, except for Roma. I think that was like legitimately the only one we got right?
Yeah, it was a good weekend for Roma.
Everybody dropped points.
And it was a good weekend for Napoli, obviously, too, but we got that result wrong.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but I can see where Scott's going with the plus half a goal, because if they get one.
I hear. So this is what I'll say.
They're tough to break down.
If Como win this game, I will happily admit that I was wrong on them, and they can absolutely compete for a top 4 spot. That is my.
I mean, they'll be in the top 4.
That's my promise.
If they win this one.
Well, right, but I mean, they will continue to be in the top 4. They'll compete. I will believe in them as a true threat. They've only lost once. That's impressive through 9 games.
They're going to have probably the best player on the pitch too, right?
Nico Paz is very good.
Doubt.
Yeah, very good.
So why would you not
Conte's Conte's heating up though, man. I mean, they really turned my opinion on them when they beat Inter. I just wasn't didn't have that.
Are they really heating up? Didn't they just get smashed like 6-2 by like a really shitty PSV team?
PSV's pretty good. PSV's in first place.
And they have Champions League midweek to look forward to too, do they not?
That's a good shout.
So with that loss,
that is
you're gonna have to consider that. When did they play? Are they
play Frankfurt on
Frankfurt fucking
Tuesday.
So that's
Tuesday
for them.
They might Napoli might put up 3 on Tuesday at least.
Really
against Frankfurt. But
it's a
talking about Paz. Paz is plus 205 goal or assist.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I think that's worth a look. Because he's the guy taking the corners. He's the
guy
has
taking
to have free kicks.
70% of their goal involvements, if not more.
Yeah, he has to.
Napoli haven't lost at home. I'm not necessarily relying on them to lose at home. I just think I struggle to see them beating this Como team with how depleted their attack is and the way that Como's defense is.
Como's defense is
that's
good.
That's what I'm taking the plus half a goal for. It's not because I think Como are for sure going to come in and win in Naples. It's just I don't see how this Napoli team wins this game. A 1-1 draw, maybe the what's the correct score? 1-1. Like I could see that as well.
If it's like plus 600 or better, I'd hop on it.
Plus 425.
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah, no good.
All right, Cremonese Juve closes out the Saturday slate. I don't know if you want to.
I'll take Cremonese plus a goal. It stinks, but I like what Juve is going to score a bunch of goals in this game. You guys want to take Juve getting 3 goals?
Helped by 2 penalties today, so
yeah, new manager bounce.
Yeah,
Has Jonathan David scored a goal since he's been there? Honest question: does he have a goal?
I do not know.
I don't recall.
I have not witnessed one
on the score sheet.
Yeah, so we're just confirming that like all of his stats in France were actually fake. Like he never actually really scored one of those goals that they say he scored. I watched him for Canada. Dude has never
scored score goals in France if you want. Let's go out there. Get on the team.
I don't know.
Apparently, certain teams don't defend either. What we saw today. So
yeah, every team.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see Cremonese do something at home and fucking grind out a draw or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think Cremonese plus a goal. Like Juve, are they really getting like a 3-goal win here? It just does not seem likely.
And Cremonese has been, all right this year. They've been
at home.
You always have me. Like I will always back a team plus a goal. I just think that's just maybe the single best bet you can make in soccer. Like I love it. You just give yourself so many outs. So you'll never get an argument from me on that one.
Yeah, Cremonese plus 1 covers in all of their matches in Italy this year, except for their loss to Inter.
That's a real-time stat for you. I like it.
All right, moving on to Sunday.
And Juve before this game, Juve hadn't won in 9 games. So
yeah, they hadn't, and they got 2 penalties, like we said. So
yeah.
Sunday back to being 6:30 a.m. matches with the clock switching back here in the U.S. falling back. Verona hosting Inter. is the early match. I don't know if
So this is a game where I would take an inter-team total and lose it. So I'm going to pass on this game. But I would say plus 150 for them to score 3 is probably pretty decent.
It's either that or I'd look like minus a goal and a half and they'd blow it and win 2-1 or something. Yeah.
This is a game where like I'll wake up at 7:30 and if it's like 0-0, I'll take Inter.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened today, right? I did it. I took them live today and hit them at minus 120. And I think you kind of got to hope for the same thing. I don't know if Verona will hold out that long like Fiorentina did, but that would be the play. So you wake up, it's halftime, maybe into the 60th minute, something like that. But Fiorentina Lecce, if Stefano Pioli's not gone by this match after today's result and there's no wins through 9.
So is he fireable? If they didn't fire him after today, like what are they waiting for?
What does it take? Yeah, what does it take if he's still on the bench by Sunday morning? I mean, and there's still, I know Lecce is not that good, but minus 175 on a team that hasn't won a match yet this season.
Dumb.
That's wild.
Are we getting 1.5?
You're not even getting 1, really.
Oh.
You're not even getting 1.
Yeah, 3/4 of a goal is plus 105. A goal is minus 140 for Lecce.
And that's so like, how do you have a team that's plus 350? That is plus 1 is
450.
And this one, the team is plus 450 and the plus 1 isn't playable.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Torino hosting Pisa. Torino held out for a 0-0 against Bologna today and screwed my day a bit. Pisa not very good. Like, do we trust Torino at home at minus 110 or do we just can't
Torino,
trust them?
Another team that's just so fucking mid, but they're not even scoring a goal a game.
Yeah.
Undeserved home favorites. I don't want to bet on them right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Parma hosting Bologna, the noon match on Sunday. Like, this is tempting to take Bologna plus 105, and again, look what they did.
You guys gonna hop in on Bologna? Gonna get right back on the horse?
Well, that's my point here, right? They were at home today and didn't win at minus 120 or whatever it was I took them at. So
bounce back spot.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Parma also isn't very good, so Parma doesn't score either. So if Bologna gets 1, they might have enough.
Parma doesn't score. Steve,
they've got 4 goals in 9 matches. They got 1 today. Yes, they got 1.
Okay,
but they don't score much, is what I was getting at.
Fair.
And then Monday we've got a couple matches. We've got Sassuolo hosting Genoa and Lazio hosting Cagliari.
and that's another situation. I am fucking 0 for 4 in backing Sassuolo this year. So let that be known.
But it's like,
how do you not fade Genoa?
Yeah.
How do you not fade Genoa?
That's what it is. It's not trusting Sassuolo. It's more fading Genoa. Like, they're bad. I think Derby della Laterna is going to be back next season, but it's being Serie B. It's not going to be in Serie A.
No question. I think you got to do it. I almost think I would back them to score 2 goals at plus 160.
Yeah, Genoa right now is one of 4 winless teams in the league. I mean, that's how funky the league is right now. We got 4 teams without a win. We mentioned Fiorentina. Pisa's without a win. Verona's without a win. And Genoa's without a win. Pisa does play tomorrow, so maybe they could get one, but unlikely. Genoa's only scored 4 times in 9 matches.
They fucking stink.
3 draws, 6 losses, the lowest point total in the league. Like, I don't think anybody saw them as bottom of the table coming into the season. I certainly didn't. Bottom of the table?
I'm not bottom of the table, but I'm pretty sure I have them going down.
Like, fighting relegation, yes, but bottom of the table, no. Like, I thought that would be a Pisa or Cremonese, who, God bless them, they're up in eighth in the table right now, where we probably thought Fiorentina would be. They kind of flip-flopped with them, expectations-wise. But, I think from a perspective of Sassuolo, he's got to take him because I don't think Genoa was good enough to get anything out of this match.
Under 2, minus 110. It's just gross.
Might be it.
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah. I mean, I think it's got to be. Nick, now since we're live, if anybody's listening live, we're earlier than what time is it played tomorrow? 4:00, 3:45 on Thursday. Lazio, like, you kind of have to take them against Pisa tomorrow, right? At plus 110.
Yeah, that line is very suspicious. Like you said, Pisa haven't won a game. Pisa don't score. Lazio is coming off of, I don't know, very easily their biggest win of the season. They haven't lost in 4 games. It doesn't make sense. You want to see Pisa's first win of the year? Tune in tomorrow, Paramount Plus. Say hi to Matteo and Marco for me. I don't know. The guy just doesn't fucking make sense to me.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that's like, how do you pass it up though? Right?
That's the thing. Or we're just overthinking it. It's like the Man United situation all over again. You just take the money line and go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's such a weird game for Lazio too, because a win puts them all the way up, almost level with Juve, right? 1 point behind Juve,
above
7
Atalanta.
plays, above Atalanta. But if they lose
Undefeated
this game,
Atalanta.
If they lose this game, it's like I don't really see them finishing in the top half of the table. Like, how do you follow up your biggest win against Juve with a loss at Pisa and still expect to be considered a top half of the table team? So it's like
they're not. I mean, they don't have a top half of the table roster. They just don't. Yeah. They're not going to compete for Europe. It's not possible. But they should win this game.
Yeah, they should.
So 3 players on Pisa. I can't do it. I think Quadrado's there. Is he there? Is that the team you went to?
Roma played him, and I still don't remember anybody on the team.
So tough one.
So I've got an interesting one for you. Going to France. I know we talked about how much France sucks.
Fucking 0-8 in France today. But go ahead, Steve. Yeah, pick my brain.
PSG coming off a draw today, right? That thank God I didn't take them live because I thought about it. They're hosting Nice, and they're huge favorites. You can get Nice on the +1 3/4 goals at -120, and they've got Champions League coming up in the midweek. Like,
sure do.
This to me seems like a tricky one for, like, is PSG really going to run away from Nice?
Yeah, if it were +2, I'd be all. I mean, yeah,
you could get +2. Yeah. You could get +2 at -155. It's really juiced. Yeah. I mean, which is, I guess,
maybe.
Do you know who PSG is playing in Champions League?
Are they playing someone terrible?
They are hosting Bayern on Tuesday.
Oh, so there you go. Yeah.
And they're banged up, right? They're banged up as is. Like, whether they were going to rotate for this game or not, I think they're kind of in a bad spot injury-wise. So,
yeah, I mean, they drew Lorient on the road today, 1-1.
Steve, good shout, dude. Yeah. I will take this and happily lose it in the 98th minute. Like, that's because there's no other result that's possible if I'm backing this team plus fucking 1.75.
They don't have too many guys listed here on the injury report from today, at least, that were out. I mean, they started Dembele at striker. A lot of names you don't recognize, though. They're not like the household PSG names you've grown accustomed to that started today.
I mean, and shout out them. They're turning into like the new Barcelona of just, picking kids up off the street and throwing them into the lineup.
Yeah, I saw that and it just kind of jumped out at me. Like, after the result today, knowing they have Champions League, I know there's a couple lines in France that just kind of jumped at me. That was one of them. God, I would have taken Lyon Sunday afternoon if they hadn't choked away that 3-0 today, that +120. The other interesting ones, Marseille -145 at Auxerre is interesting to me. Monaco hosting Paris at -135 is interesting. I'd have to do a little more digging, but it kind of jumped out at me.
I think Monaco's back on track, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They're back. Yep, they're up to second. They scored a ton of goals today. But
Bundesliga,
team that I go about 0-1,000.
Coach, I was going to ask you a question. I didn't want you to look at the odds yet for Bundesliga, but that's all
right. I didn't really look that closely yet. I just kind of scrolled.
I was just going to let you know. Maybe Nick will play this game. Bayern are hosting Leverkusen.
I didn't look at.
What do you think What do you think Bayern's number is right now? Not like
hosting
spread. What do you think they are on the money line?
Hosting.
They're
probably -225.
-350.
-475.
Wow. I know Leverkusen has fallen off
in Germany. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
That is how bad things have gone in Germany.
Wow.
Interesting one is Leipzig hosting Stuttgart. That's an interesting match. Second and third in the table. Leipzig -105. Pretty big home favorites. That's interesting.
Eintracht lost to Bayern.
Yeah, I think it is. I believe it is their only. Yes, it's their only loss. 6-1-1. Stuttgart 6 wins, 2 losses on 18 points.
Frankfurt too, man. They fucking suck every time I bet them. But you're going to tell me how good. You're going to tell me how good they are, Steve. Go ahead, tell me.
They're not.
I was just say they're playing Heidenheim, who's conceded 16 and only scored 7.
Is there an over 4.5? Can I play an over 4?
Frankfurt with their 21 goal scorers.
Yeah, Frankfurt's got like 3 dudes with 6 goals or something, right?
Yeah, they're the second best attack in the league. That's I'm looking at that. I'm probably looking at they're -115 on the money line. What's their team total's got to be something somewhat playable, right? I mean, let's see, team prop. Eintracht -170. So the books are onto them there. They just don't trust them. They just don't trust them to concede. Yeah,
just take over 3.5. It's not that bad. Actually, over 3 is probably playable.
Dortmund on Friday at Augsburg is an interesting one. They're -155, but guessing you can get them on the
Augsburg
spread.
stink. They don't let in 1,000 goals a game.
They let in
Is that the team I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah, I think they've got 20 conceded.
Yeah, fair,
Just need to call that out. Sorry, Dortmund fans, if you're watching.
I think minus 3/4 of a goals in play. I don't see them not winning that match, but
yeah.
Man, how's Mainz minus 105? Mainz stink too.
Yeah, the Mainz of 1 win fame.
Yeah,
that Mainz.
Yeah,
that 1 win, Torino.
Yeah, could be.
Can't make that joke anymore.
Could be.
Fucking Napoli ruined that joke for me.
So we ruined Serie A for everybody. Juve is going to go on a 9-game fucking winning streak, and it's all my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bremen is not that bad. I know they're not that good, but they're not that bad to be.
Now Steve's reaching. Now he's digging deep.
Yeah.
Now he's turned.
Dude found this
full
gem.
Coach worldwide.
By the way, I got Nice +2 at minus 135.
+2 135.
Yeah,
that's most certainly in play. And you know what it is too. I think if PSG even get out to a 2-goal lead, I don't think they're going to press that hard for more. Right, knowing they have Champions League against Bayern on the midweek.
Can we preview that game real quick? What do we got odds on for that one? Can I pre-take Bayern?
Bayern PSG?
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
No, I'm asking what the odds are.
I just closed my odds.
Let's see.
Once Coach started reaching for Bremen, I was like,
this
episode is over.
Bro picked the 15th place team.
Those boosts that DraftKings throws at me sometimes. I throw together like 4 like SGPX, and I've hit them a couple times this year. So the Bundesliga is fun. It's mostly goals, though. I will say it's mostly like overs.
All right, let's
actually
see.
Wait. What are the games on Sunday? Are there any? I should have looked at that. Are there any good games in Germany on Sunday?
Man, Real Madrid +155.
The Bayern game is
Liverpool.
Sunday, and just close the rest of them. What else we got here?
Wait, hold on. Bayern Munich is +185 against PSG.
I know Bayern's on Saturday. There's only 2 games on Sunday. No, nothing really attractive
for me. That sucks for me. Oh, well.
You've got Cologne hosting.
But yes, Nick, go ahead and lock in Bayern +185 against PSG.
Is that insane?
Permission granted. What do they draw no bet? It's got to be like even money, right?
+115.
No. Yep. That's the play of next week is that one. You're going to play Aston Villa +half a goal. You're going to get all your winnings. You're going to roll that over onto Bayern. Draw no bet. And you're going to be up 2.5 units.
Shouldn't I roll it into Real Madrid against Liverpool?
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of odds for that, though.
+155.
Yeah, sure. Do that, too.
Stupid odds.
But that's Wednesday, right? That's Wednesday. So Tuesday and then Wednesday. Now you're going to be up like 5 units.
If I had realized Champions League was next week, we should have devoted half the show to Champions League because we like stretched to try to get some of those matches that sucked. And we could have talked about these matches. That's my bad, people.
It's all right. We covered a lot. Maybe we'll drop some Champions League plays either on Twitter and some shorts, and because Nick clearly likes a lot of them. You might just see Nick taking selfie shorts of these matches and
it's possible.
Giving you all his winners. So we thank you guys for listening. Hope you ride with us on some winners this weekend. Hopefully Nick's game of the week, curse doesn't come back to bite him like last week.
But I ruined the league. We ruined the league.
We're in the league.
We made Juve viable again. I apologize for that.
So again, like, share, subscribe. We're on all social media channels now, along with YouTube and Twitter. We're also on Instagram and TikTok. Find us there, and we'll catch you guys next week.